We build job site forms to be as useful as possible to companies in the office and on site. And one of the first things that we built, because we know how important it is our site visit report. Now, this site visit report is actually catering more towards the outside kind of work, so landscaping, fence installation, and so on. We are planning to build a site visit report specifically for interior work, as well as to for renovations and retrofitting and stuff like that. So if you are involved in those kinds of specialties and trades and stuff, and there's specific things you'd like to see on any of the documents that we have on our site, you can just contact us and let us know what you think we should be adding. And we always love user feedback. So whatever you need, we will build it for you. So I was just going to show you today how our site visit report works on a cell phone, because that is how most people are going to be accessing it when they're doing a site visit report. And this could be either an estimator doing a site visit themselves using their full user account on job site forms, but this is also available on the field user account. So if you need to get someone who's in the area of a construction project you're thinking of bidding or quoting on to do it for you, and they've only got a field user account, they can do this from their account, and as long as it's set up to send to you, they'll be able to send it directly from there. Otherwise, it'll go automatically to their email, and they can just email you the report. So also, I used to do this on paper. I used to have paper forms that I would print out and fill in and stuff like that. Very long ago when I started out in the industry, talking 25 years ago. This just makes it simpler because, we all go to these sites and we scribble little notes on a piece of paper, and then we lose the paper, or we can't make out what we've written on it. Maybe take some pictures, but it's all kind of scattered everywhere. And then maybe by the time you get back to the office, you forget about it for a while, and it kind of gets half lost and stuff like that. And you forget some information and stuff like that. So this allows you to do this from site as long as you've got an internet connection, while you're there in the moment, without any loss of information or anything like that. And you can just do the report, generate it, get it sent to whoever's set up on the company, my company information on job site forms, and then move on with your day. So and it'll automatically store this in your My Files area as well, so you don't ever have to worry that it's going to get lost. Even if it goes into the email account and you get hacked or whatever, it'll still be saved in My Files on job site forms. So now I'm going to show you how this works on a phone or tablet or whatever device you go with you. Company and logo is, as always, set up. My company, my logo. This is not something that you'd normally set up on your cell phone anyway, so that's, you would set this up in advance, and really there's only one company and one logo, so you probably never have to change that. Client is in the customer menu, so add a customer or view a customer. Project is in the project menu, and that allows you to add the project plus any contact people and stuff like that involved. Document number, the SVR part of this, like most of our forms, is a prefix so that you can search My Files easier using that prefix to find all those documents. And then you can just adjust the number over here based on what you need it to be. Now, the revision number we've added just in case you need to do a revision to something after you've been to maybe the site a second time or whatever. Everything that you enter into this form is going to be cached, though, so whatever you did last will be automatically inserted into your document. So you can just adjust as necessary. So if you're doing a revised version of this, you would leave it as SVR001 and make that revision 2 or revision 1, and so on and so on and so on. Or you could change the number, whatever you want to do. Next up, we've got the contact name, and this would be, you would go and set up the project before you start doing your site visit report. And then you would just select the customer, their contact email, and so on, and then just type in the phone number. Or actually, the phone number will be on their customer profile as well, so you don't even have to do that. Then you've got a site address, which you would just type in, deadline for a quote. This is just so that your estimator, whoever is receiving this information, knows when they need to get that quote out by. That's an optional field. And then the name of the person who is completing the report. So you would set them up as an internal contact. So this would be anyone in your company that you want to be able to add to forms. You would set up as an internal contact. Now we've got a bunch of pre-set up information that you would just select from the drop-down list. So let's say moderate, and then obstacles, work area, let's say moderate there as well. Access, easy, can drive a vehicle to all required work. And this just is stuff that would be commonly required information for a job like this. And we put it all into a form so that you won't ever like forget any parts of it. So let's say difficult, slope, some slopes. And then we've got these check boxes for different things. So if it's something where you would need to have more than one option, you can go and select all the different things that you need to put in there so that the estimator who receives this form knows exactly what is going on. Choose from a drop down, so known marked, and then it will just update that field. Overhead obstructions, whether there's anything above that you need to pay attention to. Let's just go, there we go. And then comments, that would be any notes that you want to share with the estimator. Next up is amenities, and again, this is pre-programmed with all the options that would be available for any kind of thing. So it's super easy, real quick to get through all of this. All the things apply. Site requirements, this would be things like orientation, what kind of tickets are required, if there's any hard work to be done, fall protection, drug and alcohol testing, criminal record checks. Again, this is all stuff that is to factor into their bid, but that we sometimes forget to ask those questions. So while we're going through the form, we're going to realize, oh, wait, I need to know this, and then ask whoever's on site with you what's going on over there. Next up, we've got the images section, and what you would do here is you would select a file and then upload it, and when it says 100% next to the file, that file is uploaded to the thing, and this is going to render onto the document when you create it. So we've made a note here that there is a quick sketch tool that you can use to do layouts, or you can just hand draw it on a piece of paper, take a picture with your phone, and then upload it as an image. So it's that quick and easy to do it. Same goes for the rest of the images. You've got 10 slots that you can put images in. You just select the files, upload them, select first and then upload until it says 100%, and then it's attached to your document. And when everything's completed the way you like it, you generate the document, and you're going to see a preview of what it's going to look like. And this preview isn't the final layout, because the final layout's going to be sized and formatted for a letter size page, so it's easy to print and stuff. But then you can just go through here and check and make sure that everything is as you want it. And as you can see, it's going to give you, wherever there's multiple choice, it's going to tell you all of that stuff. So soil conditions, it'll tell you whatever you checked off there. Underground services, the same thing. Overhead, blah, blah, blah. So all of these things will be sort of collected together so that when it gets to the estimator who is set up to receive it over here, whoever's set up in the My Company area is going to receive this automatically as an email. They'll have all the information they need, and they'll be able to ask, like they can ask specific questions if they call you up and whatever. But again, you're going to be taking note of all of those things because you've got that checklist of stuff. So sometimes, especially if it's someone who's not used to doing site visits and you're getting someone else to go and do a site visit for you, they might not know exactly what they need to take into account. And this just gives them a quick and easy way to make sure that they pay attention to all the stuff that's important. Like I said, this one is more for outside projects, so it's more focused on access and slopes and soil conditions and so on. We are going to be building retrofitting and renovations. So look out for that on job site forms. And if you do need something to remind you what to check when you do a site visit, sign up for job site forms and give it a try.